Welcome to Unwritten Stories. Start again. Okay. Welcome to Unwritten Stories of Significance. Returning guest is Parul Yadav. And in our first show, Parul came on and graced us as being an international student, coming to Canada, leaving Delhi, and coming to this cold country. And she shared an amazing story about her life and all her achievements that she did in Delhi. But now she's returning to embrace her other chapter of the story. So with no further ado, I'd like to give it over to beautiful Parul Yadav. Hi, Parul.
Hi, Joy. Thanks for inviting me back. It's such a pleasure.
Oh, you are welcome, sweetheart. You are so welcome. I love that first show because at the end of it, I can say this, I was in tears because you spoke about, no, honestly, hon, you spoke about your life. You spoke about it so openly, so honestly, and you inspire, I know you've inspired so many young people. That is the actual storyline and the message that we want to put through here. So thank you.
No, it's my pleasure. And I really want everyone and especially youth to just know that anything is possible, to be honest.
That's right. And you're doing it, hon. You are living proof. All right, sweetheart. So let's delve into the other chapter of your story. So you're landing in Canada. And I'm reading you're landing in this country. Your father sent you to Canada. So what was it like? 3 months you've only been here, right? 3 months.
Yeah.
All right. So I know I'm going to ask this question. It might sound weird. What airlines did you come over on?
It was from actually Air India.
Oh, Air India. Okay, because I came over from British Airways. And I remember coming here in 75, just to tell my little story for a second. It was cold as heck.
I know, right?
So tell us your experience, hon. What was it like?
I was honestly very much prepared mentally for this cold because I have heard people saying, hey, the first thing that you hear about Canada is the cold and especially lasting for very long. So I was prepared mentally, but physically I was not.
Okay. So what won? Was it the physically or the mentally? Like
Actually, I guess both of them after a certain point of time. But initially it was really a struggle, but I had all the layerings because I did my research. I talked to people who are here and they had some great advices. So I had all my clothes, my warmers and everything just to survive these initial really scary winters. But at a certain point of time, I think I became a bit Canadian.
Really? Oh my gosh. So who met you at the airport, hon? Because all your parents are back home in Delhi.
Yeah.
So who greeted you at the airport?
Actually, no one did.
Okay, so tell us. This is great. Come on, like nobody met you, so you just come off a plane, Air India. You arrive at Pearson.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I go to my hotel that I booked from India just to stay there for certain days because after that I'll start my house hunt. And these 10 days were just to basically accommodate yourself in there and see all the options that are available for house hunting. So I just stayed away, went to my hotel.
So how did you get around?
I actually booked an Uber and God bless that guy. He was really, he was really supportive and he was really talkative as well. So we really matched, our vibes matched. And I guess he was from India as well. So he actually showed me around and there was a map in there. So we put in our hotel's address and boom, we were there in certain time. But I still remember when I landed, it was snowing heavily. It was 18 December 2021 and the amount of snow, I have never ever seen snow in my life. And this was the first time I saw the snow. And I was so mesmerized that oh my God, it's so beautiful. But at a certain point of time, I started dreading it.
So, you know, when you see all those movies, right? Merry Christmas, you know, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I do like it, but that thing is cold. It is so cold. So you've never seen snow before?
No, I'm from a country where we are just near to the equator. So it's really, really hot in India.
Okay. So how hot is it in Delhi? How hot?
it can go up to 45 degrees as well.
Oh,
Yeah. So in May, June, July, these are like the hottest months. And even after that, our winters are really short. I mean, we do experience, um, I mean, it's cold for people in Delhi, but the amount of cold we have here is unbeatable.
oh my God. So 45. So you
Mm.
left 45 and came over here. I don't know what it was then, probably -10, -20. I don't know what it was at
Minus
that time.
20. I have experienced still minus 25 till now, but I'm ready for more next winter.
You're ready for more heat. So I know when I came to Canada in 1975, February the 6th at 8 o'clock. I'll never forget it. And my mom dressed us, but anyway, that's another story. And what food did you try? Like what, because you see on
Yeah.
TV,
Mhm.
Burger King, McDonald's, like what did you go to right away?
Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons? What?
Yeah. Right. Tim
How do
Hortons.
you know about Tim Hortons? How?
It's really hyped up in India because a lot of people are like, hey, Tim's, do you know about Tim? So it's really hyped up. And especially the amount of videos, especially on YouTube, that you get to see, especially from students who are studying here in Canada. Tim's is part of their daily life. So the first thing I tried was the coffee from the airport. And I'm really not a coffee person, but it was okay for me. I won't really hype it up. But yes, coffee was the first thing that I tried.
All right. So you didn't get any Timbits?
I really did not, but later in those 10 days when I stayed at the hotel, I did got the Timbits, and even I tried poutine for that matter.
Oh, poutine. How did you find the poutine?
It really doesn't deserve the hype.
Sorry, it doesn't what?
It really doesn't deserve the hype it has.
Oh my God. Why doesn't it just why?
Let me tell you, because
Please.
yeah, I come from a country where we are really surrounded by spices.
Yes.
And I am really a person who really loves spices. So I know it's hard to find in food which is spicy in here. So I think it's just your taste buds that initially were the same way. But I have started adjusting, to be honest, and I have started liking poutine now.
You like poutine? Okay.
I do.
Okay, because I watched the movie 100-Foot Journey.
Okay.
Have you seen that movie?
I really have not, but I have heard about it.
Okay.
I don't know, just popping up.
Well, the father in the movie is from Delhi, and he says that, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe it's from Delhi, but it's from India. And he says the problem with you Westerners, you just sprinkle your spices. You need to spoon it in. And he has that beautiful accent, right?
Yeah.
So it's true, but it's just two different cultures, right?
Right, absolutely.
Right, hon. Yeah. So how did you find your house? Like you're in a house, like how was it hunting like for homes?
It was really, really tough because I know that there is a lot of housing crisis here in Toronto, especially it's really hard to find in places which are in your budget as you are a student. So I didn't have a lot of budget because I was an international student. I had to have certain limits for my daily expenses as well as my monthly expenses. So I guess Kijiji helped me a lot, and I visited these places every day just to see which fits me well, and is near to my campus. And I found this place that I am currently. It's basically an apartment, but it's amazing, and I'm glad that it's close to my campus. But definitely the search part was really exhausting because it was -10, -15 every day, and then you're just going out, and you're new here, and you're just getting lost. So it's yeah.
Did you call your dad and mom and say, why? Okay, I know you're for me and you believe in me, but why Canada? Why not Miami?
I know, but I guess Canada is just it has its own benefits as well as it's an amazing country. I won't lie.
That's right, hon.
It really ranks above on every level, and it's a developed country, and I come from a developing one, so this is the difference for me. If I came from United States, it wouldn't have mattered, but since I'm from an developing one, it really is a shock for me, especially the
Yes,
cultural shock.
that's right, hon. So now you're attending Humber College?
Yes.
Okay, and what's that like? What's that like, hon?
Humber is amazing. The amount of facilities and the amount of features and the amount of support it gives, especially to international students, I really love it for that. And my professors are really beyond. I mean, they're so nice, so kind, and this is something I haven't experienced in India because the professors there were really not this empathetic that people are, or the professors are here in Canada. So it's that difference for me that really matters. Yeah.
So send the youth students in post-secondary message, because we hear of good, everybody has this good and bad, but you're saying over there they're not so empathetic as they are here.
Yeah.
So send a message to the youth of how great our professors are.
Yeah, definitely. Canadian professors are really amazing, especially I love the practical or oriented aspect that you are really not rote learning or really not just getting into books every day. You are actually applying all these skills learned in class to your assignments, to your projects, and just they're preparing you for real life, for real world, for real industry. And I think this is something that every country or every country's professors or teaching education should aim at.
Right. So what are they doing different in India then?
It's a lot of rote learning.
A lot of, sorry?
A lot of rote learning where you're just learning theoretical aspects and not applying it into practical life, especially courses like science, mathematics. I know these can be applied in your day-to-day job when you're working as an analysis, or let's say you're going into science as an engineer or as a scientist, but in your day-to-day life, I mean, English literature prepared me for a lot of critical thinking, and the current course it's preparing me for the real life industry. But a lot of courses in India are like basically you're just learning them to just get the marks. Marks hold the value here, and the student is here. So marks are always above the student. And this is something I have not experienced here.
Wow. Oh my goodness. We've got to count our blessings then. Yeah. Students really have to count their blessings while they're here.
They do. They should.
You can go ahead. Sorry, you were saying?
They should actually, because I mean, it's just the difference for me. You really just experience teaching in such a different way that you should really be just grateful. Hey, I'm here, and I have really never experienced this kind of teaching experience, and especially the pressure that you have in India. It's unimaginable as a student. It's really unimaginable. You just have to. Sorry, yeah.
No. I have to cut you off. I know that sounds rude, but I want you to embrace that on our next segment. All right, honey?
Yeah.
All right? So we'll be right back, guys, with Parul Yadav. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Unwritten Stories of Significance with the beautiful Parul Yadav. Parul, you are incredible. You really are. You are, hon. Beautiful and incredible and so giving. So you left off on that first segment there about landing in Canada, the cold, wondering when the warm's going to come. Trust me, it's going to come. It's called humidity. And it'll happen. It'll be all good, honey. In this last segment of this incredible interview, honey, you're not stopping. You're not stopping. So you are attending right now Humber College. What are you studying there, sweetie?
I study public relations.
Public relations. Why did you choose public relations?
So I guess the earliest interest I can cite was from studying literature, and I really learned about the value of public opinions and just the value of storytelling. And this is something that was really close to my heart. And I guess as a public relations professional, you are just conveying those stories out to the public. And I am, as I said, I am an extrovert person. I like talking to people. I just like making those connections. And this career path really struck out to me. And I'm so glad I actually found it. And actually we both found each other, the career as well as me. So that's when I actually was interested and thought that I should pursue it further.
Awesome, sweetheart. Got a couple of pictures here, honey, because I want to delve into a quote here, which I gotta have you embrace on. Parker, what were you doing in a Parker?
Right. So the photo is from Niagara Falls.
Ooh.
Yeah. And that was the first time I visited a very touristy place in here. And it was basically clicked by my there are certain people in here who I really like to call family, and they have initially supported me. They are living here since, like, I guess they also came like an immigrant like me. So they were the ones who I visited Niagara Falls with.
Beautiful, honey. Beautiful. Oh my God. How did you think of Niagara Falls?
It was really amazing and mesmerizing, honestly, but the weather ruined it.
Can't escape that Canadian weather, honey.
Cannot. I visited again once spring is near.
Yes, definitely do that. Definitely do that. Yeah. Yep, that's pretty cool, hon. All right, we got a picture here of you holding a Canadian flag.
Yes.
All right. So can you tell us a little bit about that beautiful picture, hon?
That's very recent, actually. I went to see the St. Patrick's Parade. And yes. I know it happened after 2 years, and I had been reading the news that it's one of the biggest parades happening after 2 years of COVID and the lockdown, and I had to see it. So yeah, it was something that I've never experienced in India, and it was so wholesome experience. And even the community that you form in here, the people were so friendly. Like, hey, let's click a picture, and here are Canadian flags. And I was the first one to grab those and like click a picture of me.
Now, the biggest thing with every post, every university, but every pub, every bar, everybody's celebrating St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
I got to ask you this, but you're only 3 months here.
Yeah.
Did they ever, did you go to a bar? Like, did you go to a pub?
I really did not, because I'm not a really fond of drinking, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. All right, honey.
But so I know these are really happening places in here.
Yes, every university is partying away. Was there a lot of music? Yeah, was there a lot of music? Well, a lot of green hats. Everybody was dressed in green.
Yeah, they were, and I have some pictures of that too. I sent that to my parents, and they're like, "Hey, show us the parade," and they were really amazed from it, especially the amount of amazing dances they had, the amount of amazing decorations and costumes they had, and just embracing every culture. And that's the beauty of Canada.
Yes, that is very, very true. Extremely true there, hon. Now, there's another one I'm going to leave off, but I don't want to miss anything in the segment here. You were campaigning again, back on the horse, doing what you do, taking on opportunities. What were you doing there, hon?
I was running for my union as a board of director, and they had elections recently. And I really didn't have any connections. This was my first time just being on campus. Since 2 months we were online, and the 3rd month we were back on campus. And this was the time when the elections came in, and I had to be on campus just talking with people I have never ever interacted with. And this campaign was so successful that I won with 240 votes from the Lakeshore campus where I study. So yes, now I'm successfully the board of director at my student union.
Oh, so what do you have to do? Like, I know what unions do, but from your perspective, what do you do being what you do right now that you've won?
We are basically tackling policies here at my campus. We are the ones, because I am a board of director for my campus, and there are other board of directors for different campuses. So we collectively make decisions for students, because we are students ourselves. So it's students for students. And we are tackling all the policies and decision-making, voting on decisions that will actually affect how our college is going to function in the next coming semester.
Do you get a lot of support? Because being a leader and being in that role, a lot of people can talk, but do you get the support to push forth those initiatives?
I actually do. And I guess I because I'm working on the ground level, I have a lot of friends now who really just have told me their problems with the union or with the campus or with the college, and this is something we want to take up as a board of director or as a leader. And I guess these decisions are being considered by our union, and we are tackling them. So I guess being a student, you actually relate and you actually can work for them. So I think if they have voted for me and they see me in this role, I have to live up to their expectations.
And you'll do it, honey, because you've already done it already in Delhi. You've already done it already. You've done it.
Yeah.
You've done it. You've done it already. So this is just like you're just stepping on a different platform now, right?
You're right.
That's right, honey. What is one of the concerns that the students have? Just we can just pull one out of the hat. One you're dealing with right now.
For right now, I guess it's really about the hybrid model that the college has introduced. And many of them are actually in their last semesters. So they don't want to commute to college just for the sake of 2-3 weeks, or just get an accommodation for the sake of 2-3 weeks. So I guess that is one of the major reasons that they are really pissed off. And secondly, I guess it's about that how they want to be heard, because we know how there are certain conflicts going on around the world, such as Russia and Ukraine. And there are certain international students, not even from India. There are students who are from all around the world studying in these colleges and universities across Greater Toronto area. And and campuses, especially unions, are trying their best to support them. So I guess a lot of heated discussions going on currently, that how unions function or how colleges function, but I guess that's something that everyone faces. I mean, not everyone supports you, right? There are people who are always there to criticize, but
that's right.
But there are certain students who are majority of students at Humber are really amazed by their union, so they're happy.
That's right, honey. They've got the champion yourself, Parul, who's doing it, and you have a great support there, sweetheart. That is so important. The quote that you brought up here, and it embraces every single thing about what's going on in the world today, especially here in the Western world. And I put it all over social media, which you see, and I'm going to read it. All right. Life is a gift.
Yeah.
And it offers us the privilege, opportunity, and the responsibility to give something back by becoming more. Why did you share that, hon? Because that is so deep.
Yes. I remember my mother used to say when I was younger, that the human form that you get, just being a human, is after you have passed a lot of stages in your this is more like a spiritual aspect, and you have been everything. You have been a lizard, you have been a cow, you have been a dog, you have been a cat, and the form that you have right now of being a human is after passing all those stages. So I think it's a lot with your karma, that if I have been given this opportunity or this privilege of being here as compared to students who are not, really makes me feel that I have to give it back. So this is a privilege for me. This life is a gift for me. And just giving it back in ways that even if I inspire one person, even if I change one person's life, even one girl's life, I think I will be successful. So it's just that all the amazing things that I have been provided by this life, by my family, I'm trying to give it back. And even if it's not now, I'm sure I'll do it once I'm capable of giving it. I mean, I know I'm still trying my best, but once I have accomplished stability in life, or just get out of this student phase, I'm sure I'll do something even bigger.
And you will, hon. You will, sweetheart. When you look in the mirror, Parul Yadav, when you look in the mirror, what do you see? What do you see, sweetheart?
I really see my younger self, who was so timid and so scared of things that she could have never done. But as I see myself, who I am now, I really just appreciate how long I have come. And I pat myself on the back. I really talk to myself certain times, and I think that's totally okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the mirror, it gives me the confidence to just speak or just tackle anything. So that's a tendency that I'm not ashamed to share, that I talk to myself.
That's right. And how does it make you feel when you talk to yourself, girl? Because I do it all the time.
Yeah, it makes me feel so confident. I won't lie. And everyone who's listening to this should be talking to themselves. It really gives you the confidence. And it really makes you feel that, hey, you are okay, and you I mean, you are enough.
You are enough. Oh my God. Sweetheart, you are a blessing. You are a blessing. Would you come back?
Definitely.
All right, because we've got more to talk about, the other things that you've done.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there's another chapter to you, sweetheart. Give me a heart.
Here you
Give
go.
me a heart. Love you, Parul.
Love you too, Joy.
Bye.